Today I want to tell you about some research out of the University of Ohio that relates to any professional conversation in which you're talking about people that you've worked with in the past. The research digs into a psychological phenomenon called spontaneous trait transference. Spontaneous trait transference is the idea that however you talk about others, the traits that you ascribe to those people, the listener assigns to you. Now, that's a lot of fancy words for something that I think we all learn on the school bus around second or third grade. I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. That's really how it works, is when you talk about people that you worked with in the past, those ideas then are how you're perceived. And here's a real example of this. A couple of years ago, my team and I were working with a company way up in northern New England. And the way that we had gotten to work with this company was I had actually been the communications director for a place like this, and they needed someone. And so we stepped in to bridge the gap between the communications director that had left, and before they found one, they were kind of dead in the water. So we helped them out and built a bunch of systems and structures that once they hired the new person, that person could run with and be successful. It turned out that one day we were on site and they had one of their finalists there for interviews. And so the CEO asked if I would interview this candidate, just one-on-one, sit down with them. He said, hey, you've done the job. You're the best positioned person to see if they really know what they're doing. Okay? So we sat down, and on paper, the person looked great. They had all the right kinds of experiences at all the right kinds of institutions that shaped a trajectory that would make this role appropriate. However, every single job that the candidate talked about in the past was full of people who were idiots, incompetent, didn't know what they were doing, couldn't communicate, small-minded, turf wars. It was just one negative after another. And this overwhelming sort of fog of negativity, to me, I said to the CEO, it's all red flags. So you can guess how that worked out. So it really is a useful lesson in making sure that when you're speaking about people from the past, one, you speak as positively and diplomatically as you can, but it also can be a useful exercise to think about, from their perspective, someone that was difficult in your past, how could they have been doing the right thing from the way they see the world? Obviously, if you've been through StoryStrengths, this is old hat, you've done this before. But if you haven't done the course, it's a really useful exercise. Think about someone that you had a workplace conflict with, and then ask, how could that person have been doing the right thing based on how they see the world? All right, good luck. See you next time.